Frances tells me that she started her life of crime when she stole a pony from the local dairy when she was a tiny little girl. To this day, she laughs and insists, "He just followed me home." All these years later, anything else on four legs or even two legs still follows her home, although she doesn't steal them anymore. Frances is a rescuer at heart and a nurturer, and understanding that sensitivity was at the heart of her phenomenal healing from an artificial knee replacement at our place last May. Frances had already had one knee replacement about 9 months earlier, and on that occasion she spent weeks shuffling along on one of those old ladies' frames in a lot of pain, and months more on a walking stick. And that's not surprising because they actually cut the diseased bone off and insert the artificial bits. It's a big deal. So when she booked in for an 8-day horse retreat here 6 days after her surgery for the second knee replacement was scheduled, I was shaking my head thinking that this lady was crazy. It just wasn't going to happen. At the time though, I was working on limitless healing for myself, and I had an insight that I shouldn't limit Frances by thinking like that. Her room was next to mine, and every night before we went to sleep, I laid across her bed with my healing hands on her incredibly swollen and throbbing leg, and together we worked on clearing the blockages to healing. See, our bodies are capable of the most extraordinary healing when they're not blocked up. And I consider that's my job, to help people get rid of those blockages to healing. In Frances's case, her blockages to healing were almost consistently from her pushing down those overwhelming feelings of her compassion for others, from not understanding the way that she experiences her connection to others, both animals and people. Understanding each layer of those unresolved emotional stresses accelerated her healing faster and faster. And under our very eyes that first night, we watched the swelling go down by more than a third. By the next morning, she was moving cheerfully around my kitchen without a frame, and by the time she went home 8 days later, she had completely thrown away the walker and the stick and was pain-free. A few weeks later, she was back on a horse, just seeing if she could get on. See, whether the feelings you experience are yours or whether you experience them as part of your normal and everyday connection to others, you just can't keep bearing them without causing yourself physical harm. The good news is that understanding those feelings, learning how to use them as our inner guidance system like they're designed, and the sheer emotional freedom from that, releases those old blockages to healing, and our bodies can heal the way they were designed to, incredibly fast, like Frances's did. Come on over to my website. There's a link under the video here, and you can chat to Frances about her experience. You'll also find out about all the different ways in which we can support you too to experience the same level of healing and the same incredible emotional freedom that Frances is discovering.